Hey Tigers, I'm Nevi.
And I'm Sue.
And we're here to talk about prepping for your future of education after high school. Now, most of our seniors are all set, but for everybody else, this segment will bring a light to the options for a bright future and how to prep for it through college and trade school applications, writing a good college essay, how to take on unique educational opportunities, and more. To start, let's look into the college application process. Taking advice from Harvard, students should start the college application process early. To stay organized, mark all of the application deadlines for your schools you plan to apply to on a calendar. Plan to finish your essays and applications a few days before the deadline so that you have time to edit and review it.
My biggest advice for college applications is to start early. It's a really long process and it can feel overwhelming. So I would do some sort of mapping it out, making a chart of some sort with your deadlines lined up. Start early. And the biggest advice that I have is to ask for help. We have a lot of people here that can support you. We've got avid teachers who know a lot about college application processes. We have Jill Sims in the College and Career Center, knows a lot about applications, your counselors. So look for people who can help you and get their advice as you go. Junior year, you should start thinking about letters of recommendation. Think about what teachers you know well in classes that you've done fairly well in. And I would think about who you're going to ask senior year. There's a personal data sheet that we have on Naviance that you can fill out to be ready to ask those teachers for letters of rec. And you should start thinking about that. The other thing that takes a lot of time is your college app essays. So I would start thinking about that junior year as well. And then my biggest advice is junior year is really hard academically. So just try to stay on top of those classes so that you have a good foundation for those applications.
Thank you, Ms. Mello. Next, we want to remind you that not all applications will look the same. For some insight, we got some information from Tigard High School senior Jana Cloud about her application process to performing arts colleges.
Oh boy, I ultimately ended up academically applying to 19 schools. I auditioned for musical theater programs at, I think, 15. So I can't give you a list off the top of my head, but I have it. For my applications, I know because you have to apply to so many schools for musical theater, you really have to start early, have teachers read the essay, have your friends read your essay, and really start filling out that stuff so the quality is good because you are going to apply to so many schools. You don't want it to be low effort. Yeah, so with musical theater college auditions, they use this thing called Unifieds, where all the big name schools with good programs will go to the same cities on the same weekends. That way you don't have to fly to each state for each school. So I went to New York Unifieds at the end of January, which was crazy. They had a big studio floor rented out, and each school had their own studio space, and you just kind of go from door to door and you do your auditions, and it's cool. It's a studio that Broadway shows will rehearse at, so it was kind of cool to be there, but it was really cold. And then a few weeks later I went to LA to do the same thing, and that one was just in a hotel, so it was weird. I was in the hotel room right next to a school I had auditioned for in New York, so I could hear everything. And I got into the musical theater program at Roosevelt Chicago College of Performing Arts, University of Utah, and then I also got into the acting program at University of Hartford. And then I'm on the wait list at my top school, which is the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. So,
thank you, Jana, for your insight. We hope our juniors can add to the conversation as well as set an example for what is expected of the juniors next year.
I plan to attend a 4-year undergraduate university, probably somewhere in Oregon. Just being very mindful of grades I'm getting in school. I've joined a couple programs in school and just doing a lot for the extracurriculars that I'm a part of, and just visiting colleges and taking advice from my older sister who's in college. I'm involved in a lot of theater at Tigard High. I'm the patronage officer for the thespian board, means I run lots of fundraisers. I'm also in a mentoring program here at Tigard High. And yeah, just my schedule mostly revolves around that.
What are your plans for after high school?
I'm planning to go to college so I can become a software engineer.
I've thought about dermatology, and I've always thought about marine biology as well. I do have plans to take more engineering classes during senior year, so I'll be set up better for college as a software engineer.
Thanks for watching, Tigers. See you next time.